Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Gutterdado. Welcome you to another boxing tournament. Last time we saw the 1928 champion make it through and become one of the handful of fighters. That would be Frankie Shell, if I may say so myself. So anyway, let's go to another year. Generate 1936. Have I done 1936? I have. Let's go with 1934. I guess 1934. 34, so that's the 8th time in the 1930s. So 1934. 1934. So we go 6 years. And let's go with 5. Let's make sure that we get this and that. And alright, let's schedule. Hello, my baby. Alright, 34. And then June the Foist. Harry Bittman, Tim Moore. I'm not going to touch that one because the guy's got 3 fights. Okay, so let's go 1934. Why am I misremembering things? Okay, so 1934. Let's go bouts because that's the rule. The rule for bouts is the most bouts. 8. Anyone with lots of 7s. Here's a 6. Carlos Cease. So this will be his last dance. Ross can't because he won a tournament. So there's Ambrose Palmer. Benny Lynch. 3 and 3. Oh, well. I don't know if it matters. We're in the order. So Ambrose Palmer. Eugene Buffalo. 3 and 1. I can't believe he hasn't been. Loughlin and Ross. Well, I'm sorry, but you have not. You've had your 6 fights. Bushy Graham and Larry Gaines. Berman and Roper. 5. So let's see if are there any 5s who are 2 or above? 3 and 2. Okay, there we go. Mickey Miller. Okay. Miller, 3 and 2, 3 and 2. Nope. I'll go with Genesaro. Is he Genesaro? So, yep, alright. Now we go to the 4s, right? Yes, the 4s. Okay, so 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Lots of 2 and 2s. Frankie Gennaro. You lost in the semifinal. I think he got DQ'd. I think he DQ'd himself. Yeah, he got DQ'd. Yeah, there's Eugene Buffalo, but 3 and 1. Oh, here we go. Baby Azmarardi. Alright, so the battle of the semifinalists. Okay, now, because we got the guys who have 6 fights, or 5 fights who are 3 and 2 or above, or well, and then the semifinalists that didn't make it. We're going to go by ranking. We go by ranking. Scoza will lead us off, and Scoza will face the Coco Kid. His first tournament. Gennaro. Well, I would love to say Gennaro. Roscoe Tulls. He'll face Lesnatovich. Can't be Lesnatovich. Page 3, right? Is it page 3? Yes, page 3. It will be Pete Senstol of back. Okay, so that's that. Page 18, page 3. So let's go 3. Let's go with Freddie Apostoli. Freddie Bass. I'm surprised he hasn't had a match yet. Well, let's pair him with another 2 and 3. Ned Tarleton. Frankie Apostoli. Oh, shoot. I think I was supposed to put him after Osper. There's Asperati. Upholstery. Yeah, he's 1 of 5. I think I forgot to put. I thought I put him in, but nope, that wasn't him. So Tarleton. Heyman, page 20. Tony Sale. I'm surprised he. John Henry Lewis, 2 and 3. He didn't get the benefit of a doubt. Well, he didn't face Tommy Farr. I know who he is. He's 4 and 4 though. Ah, George Manley, King Tut. Fuck that. He'll face Salika. Did I? Oh, that's Goza. Jersey Joe. Obviously can't do that. Page 2. Wesley Remy. Well, the guy's 1 and 1. I don't want to fuck him over. Eddie Cool. Page 7, so that's a legit fight. Langelette. 0 and 3, okay, we'll let him and Lomsky. Sorry, buddy. Winky Monahan. Alright, so we got 1 Canadian in. A lot of Americans, though. So here we go. We got the Coco Kid against Johnny King. Okay. Whoever loses actually will still be technically allowed to fight in a tournament. King and Kid. Florida versus Pat Burns in England. So it's England, Cuba. Henry Jones, your announcer. Curtis Frasher. That's a weird name for a ref. Roshika Griffin and Waleed, your judges. Aurelio Barrio, your expert. So the 3-1 Johnny King from Manchester. In real life, he was 161, 49, 14. Nothing really big. He lost to Charlie Fusari a long time, the first ever tournament, and then he was never brought back. But he beat Youngjing Buffalo by TKO. He split decision on fighting Lynch and a decision over Carlos Sainz, putting Lynch and Sainz out from Scotland and Belgium, respectively. The Coco Kid from Puerto Rico. I said Cuba. Sorry about that. From Puerto Rico. Doing pretty well. The colored middleweight and welterweight champion. I don't think there are any white Puerto Ricans. Anyhow, decision on Luis Goza and Frankie Gennaro, and a TKO on Izzy Genesaro. So Gennaro's close to being DQ'd. I mean, to be out of the competition. And Izzy Genesaro's not allowed to fight. Here we go. Too close to go.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And Johnny King against Coco Kid. Coco Kid looked good, but then it just took a knockout. I think King knew he had to knock out Coco because if he didn't, the kid was going to go on to the final. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers and jabs and crosses. And Coco Kid, look at the punching accuracy 60%. He gets knocked down once, and that's a KO. That's got to be one of the worst ways to lose a semifinal. But he'll be back. He's got to be back. In the second semifinal, we have John Henry Lewis and Eddie Cool. I think it's a Battle of America. So John Henry Lewis was 2-3, so he was allowed to compete. Well, he had the rating. So Eddie Cool 3-0. Eddie Cool. So Blue Horizon, Howard Lay, your announcer. Jorge Alonso, your referee. Bill Page, Danny Townland, and Kazuo Abe, your judges. And Christopher Munn, your ringside expert. Yep, so it'll be a U.S.-England matchup. John Henry Lewis. Real life 96-10-4, the light heavyweight champion. The first black American to win the light heavyweight championship. He got killed only once, and that was by Joe Louis. Well, he lost to Fritzy Civic, and then he beat Billy Susan, Sammy Ungot before Bob Pastor got him by disqualification, and then he lost to Al Gaynor. But after that, he beat Tony Sale. He's beaten Tony Sale, Lou Salika, and Betty Bass. And on the other side, Eddie Cool, the pride of Tacony, against Philadelphia. 90, 28, 14 real life. He decisioned Johnny Risco. He decisioned Wesley Ramey, and he decisioned Andre Lagelet. So Eddie Cool's got a good name, cool name. Well, pun not intended, but it'll be the Battle of America to face the British man, Johnny King. Oh, his slip is cut. Gotta do something. Is that it? Oof. Well, it's tied right now. It's another dog fight. But there's a couple of cuts for Lewis. That might be the end of it.
The judges' votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Lewis wins by TKO. John Henry Lewis had a couple of cuts and he still wins the fight over Eddie Cool. Wow. That's a big move. Eddie Cool thought he had it, but he missed. Wow. Again, I think the better fighter got ripped. But look at the fighting accuracy, 43 to 39. That's not bad. But Eddie Cool got Lewis a pair of cuts. But no. So John Henry Lewis must fight for America against Johnny King of England. Now, if King loses, he does get a wild card spot in the next tournament, even if it's like the 60s or 70s or whatever you want to call it. So he would get another chance. Oh, it's in England. J.D. Lyons, your announcer. Julio Alvarado, your referee. Rashida Bays and Kugler, your judges. And Heinzling, your ringside expert. Here I go. In the red corner, a bantamweight. He is 5'7" tall and 117 pounds, hailing from Manchester, England. He is 4 wins, 1 loss, with 2 knockouts. Johnny King. And in the blue corner, a light heavyweight. He stands at 5'11" and 184 pounds, hailing from Prescott, Arizona, by way of Los Angeles, California. He is 6-3 with 3 knockouts. John Henry Lewis. So that's what the thing is. If Lewis wins, that'd be good. It'll be the 4th time in 5 tournaments that the American has won. If Johnny King wins, that's the 2nd time a Brit has won. And that puts him in decent position to try to get into the Nations Cup without having to go through the qualification. Some swelling for John Henry Lewis. This might not be good for him. It's a tight fight, just like the two semifinals.
One, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8.
Well, King's in trouble, but Lewis is fatigued. And look at that CF. Oh.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8.
King's got to do something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, let's see. There's some swelling on John Henry Lewis. The expert says King is going to lose to Lewis 143-140. We'll see what the judges say. John Henry Lewis. Rashida says 142-141. Kugler. For tie. Ooh, if it's a tie or for King, we have a draw and we'll have to go to another fight. Colonel Biz says 142-144. It's Lewis. I think it's Lewis. Yep, it's Lewis. So majority decision winner, John Henry Lewis. So John Henry Lewis will be going to the Group D as a result of his win. But the good news for Johnny King is that he gets a wildcard spot in the next tournament, no matter what year it is. So, well, 4-2, so he's got enough. So Johnny King and John Henry Lewis, it was a fight. John Henry knocked him out twice. Johnny King had the best punching accuracy. So, yeah, it was closer than we thought. And Larry Gaines lost to Bushy Graham. Not good for Canada.